Tribe. I hope everyone is doing well. For those that do not know me, my name is Nicole-LPC, and I am a licensed professional counselor in Michigan. I am also an author of a workbook, Authentically You. And so this workbook is an interactive workbook that will take you on a self-discovery journey, becoming self-aware, and in hopes that you accept all parts of yourself, loving yourself unconditionally. I created this community tribe, Authentically You, so that you can show up in a safe space, being your authentic self. And so I'm going to share a part of the workbook today that is related to shaped experiences. So if you have the workbook, then definitely you can follow along. I'm going to touch on the second chapter, Shaped Experience. If you don't have the workbook and you would like to get the workbook, you can go on Amazon to purchase the workbook. So Shaped Experiences. What experiences shaped you into the person you are today? And so I always, say that it's important to kind of know why you react the way that you react. Why do you think the way that you think? What is it that has shaped you into the person you are, right? And some people, haven't given it much thought. Some people have. But today we're going to touch on shaped experiences that has helped you to become the person that you are, whether positive or negative. But because you always evolving, right? So if it's something that's negative that you don't like, you can definitely do the work to change it. But just to be aware, remember, we want to become self-aware. And this workbook takes you on that self-discovery journey so you can become aware of all parts of you. So in this workbook, we're talking about events that can be positive or negative, that whether you experienced it through your childhood if you're an adult, or if you're currently a young adult, or if you currently a child yourself right now, a teenager, and you have the workbook and you're like, okay, so you still would have had experiences because you're living life. So definitely know you can identify some experiences that has had an impact on you, that has shaped you into the person that you are. I'm going to kind of go over and read the exercise and the importance of why we go and ask ourselves these key questions about what experiences shaped us, okay? So the three questions that's key, right? What happened to you that would have, shaped who you are today, right? Who did it involve? So, because that's a key part of, if it was significant family members or significant friends, relationships. If it was not a person, but it was an experience, whether it was, achieving something or not achieving something, but just becoming aware of what it was that has had an impact on you. And how old were you when this occurred, right? And it could have been where, if you're an adult now, it could have been when you were a child, or it could have been right now at the age that you are now. If you are a child, it can be right now at the age that you are now. So those few questions of, okay, so what happened and when did it happen? Who did it involve? And how old was I when this happened? Because, if you're an adult and it's still impacting you today, just being able to identify and being self-aware of how that impacted you and it's still impacting you, okay? If you're a child and it's something that happened to you and it's impacting you, then definitely being able to process that currently, okay? So this exercise requires you to think back or even in current on those life-shaping experiences. It is important that you go to the originating place of what happened or what was said to you, which would attribute to the way that you think today. What lessons have you that have stayed with you from the experiences? And sometimes it is where if you're an adult and you may not know when something originated, it's okay. Some people are able to pinpoint exactly when something happened to them that and how that has stuck with them. Sometimes they can kind of go back, and especially if they're doing the work, right? If they're in therapy, or even if they're not in therapy and they're just like, journaling and doing their own work to kind of find out, okay, so why do I think the way that I think? Why do I react the way and respond the way that I respond? What experiences have I had that has shaped me? And so I think that this exercise is key in finding that out. But also be okay with if you cannot find originating timelines. It's okay. Just being self-aware of your experiences that have shaped you is going to be really helpful, okay, in your self-discovery. So know that. And also know that experiences can be from relationships, but it also can be from just other life experiences, whether it was an experience you had in school, whether it was through achievement, or whether it was something you did not achieve in and you wished you had achieved the goal. It can be a multitude of experiences that you could have had that could have shaped you into the person that you are today. So it's not necessarily one particular thing. So definitely in the exercise, if multiple things come up for you, that's okay. I think that the more that comes up for you, it's a good thing because you're becoming self-aware. So know that, and know that you're processing your thoughts of how you think and why you think the way that you do, even behaviors, right? So you could have had childhood experiences from, just your parents doing things a certain way, and you were taught or told to do something a particular way, right? And so if you're an adult and now that you continue to do that and you're like, why do I do this like this, right? Oh, wait a minute, because I remember when I was taught that I needed to make sure that this was done like this. And then you could possibly realize, but I don't like to do it like this, but I've been doing it like this for so long because of the experience that I had from learning about something. So your shaped experiences is lessons. So know that in that, whether it's a lesson that you learn not to do or a lesson that you learn and you want to continue to do, the experience that you had shaped you, whether positive or negative. Whether you're saying, I no longer want that experience, or I would like to continue to have the experience that I had. So I want you to definitely be aware of that. And so just go through it. Take your time, but just think about what experiences have shaped you into the person that you are today. Okay, so that I'm going to leave that there, and we will pick up next time on something else in the workbook. Take care.